everybody. I'm Jovita, and thanks for coming to my kitchen. Okay, this is not the part of the kitchen that you see a lot, and this is my table that's kind of being disrupted because I am so excited. It is time to get ready for spring. We've already passed Groundhog Day. Well, anyway, there's things that we need to be doing to prepare for spring, and maybe save some money on starters, and also you'll be saving on money when you grow your own food. And I love to see things grow. I am so excited. I've already started something. Oh, before I tell you what I started, let me tell you some of the things that you'll need. You will need some starting soil. And y'all have to excuse Nola down there because she's chewing on a bone. And then you're going to need, look, you will need some containers like these as well. So start collecting these containers. I do. And also something that I don't have up here are some milk jugs, soda bottles. You can start with those kind of things. That's called winter sowing. You're going to have your soil. And these are some of the things that you'll be needing too. You'll need some solo cups. However you want to start this. This is your baby. You make it the way you want to. You're gonna need some. You can do the small cups, and you need, or you can do the little flower pots. Or there's little. You can get fancy if you got money. You can go get some things from the store, from Walmart or something. And also you can use these little pans right here. So that's something to start with. And I made a mixture of soil over there. We'll get to that later. And also what you're gonna need too, maybe some little bags, and I'll explain what that'll be about later. So let's get our stuff together. And oh, also Dollar Tree has these little pots up here that stack. They stack. They have different size stackable pots from Dollar Tree, or I'm sure they have them elsewhere and online. And other things, of course, what you're gonna need is you're gonna go find out some seeds that you need to start with. So let's get this stuff together. And also things that I don't have up here are water, something to make a hole in the cups. You'll need a sharp object, or some people like to get fancy and use their drill. I just use a sharp knife. And what else will we need? A pen and a pad, of course, so you can keep up with what you're doing. And also you need some little labels or something to stick inside of your labels, maybe like these. You can get stuff like this, and also you can get little pots like this to start things in. So hey, let's get started. Okay, before I start on these things over here, I want to show you that I also got this tray, and you can get others. You can get some with the little pods in it, but I did this with the soil. I actually started this one last week, so we haven't gotten anything growing in here yet, but it's got little compartments in this one, and I filled it up with dirt. And you water this one from the bottom so you don't get too much water in there. And then this makes a little greenhouse effect. And so this is a good way. And what you need to do with this is put it in front of your sunniest window until you can be able to put this outside like this. And what it's supposed to do is collect this little condensation up here so they can keep the plants moist, and the sun in the window. Good combination. So this is what I started out with already. And a few days or a week, depending on, I put some greens I think in here and some lettuce in this one. So I'm waiting. I stick this in my window. I just brought this out to show people. And my sunniest window is in my bedroom. So I have this, and I'm excited to see when this comes up. And when it gets warm enough, if it gets warm enough before time, I will put this outside in the sun. But we're going to have some rainy weather for the next couple of days, so I will put this still back in my window. Okay, here is where I took a little container that already has some little holes in here. Some, I think blueberries came in this, or raspberry, or whichever one came in this. And so I saved this, and this is good because it already has holes in here, and it's clear see-through. And what you need to do is, what I did was I mixed up some potting soil and some new growing soil. And I love to play in the dirt anyway. So what you need to do is make sure your dirt, whatever you have in there, your mixture of soil, and you take it. And usually I wet this, but this one I'm not going to because I got a lot of holes in here. And I'm just gonna put some soil up here. I'm just gonna take a few of these broccoli seeds in this container and just spread them a little bit, not too close together. I'm going to take a little bit more soil and just put it over the top of this. You can do it this way, or you can also wet the soil, which I'm going to wet this soil later. I just have another way of doing things so that you don't have to stick by one thing. Or people grow fruits and vegetables, your seeds, in different ways. So what I'm going to do is just making sure I just took this is a bottle of water. This isn't even the this isn't the, I just took some tap water and put over this. Put it in the bottle. You don't have to get anything fancy because people start thinking, oh, I gotta go buy this, I gotta go buy that. So you don't have to buy a lot of things to start, because what did this cost me? And this soil that I'm using right now, most of it came from Dollar Tree. So what you want to do is put a little water in there and water from above. And you just want to make sure that your soil feels damp enough. And then when the water is absorbed in here, that you can feel it's absorbed, and if there's any extra water in here, then you take the pan, you keep from being too messy, and so the water goes down here in the pan and the soil will absorb what it needs. And when it does, and you still see water in here, maybe after 10-20 minutes, then you just take this pan out, or you cover this up, and you take this pan out and empty the extra water. So we're going to let this stay in here for a few minutes and make sure that it's moist enough, because you just don't want water sitting on the bottom of this. So once the water is absorbed in there, then we're going to take this out, and I'm going to put another container in there as well with some holes in it. You need to put holes in this to cover it up. And then you take this, and also you sit this in the sunniest part if you got a greenhouse or something, whatever. So you want to get this to have some sun. Okay, I took my other container here and I put some little holes in there. And while you're growing a garden, don't forget that you need some pollinators sometime soon too. So by planting things now, you have a head start on some flowers, and you'll have some pollinators growing, and that'll save you some money too. These are some cosmos, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these and put it in this container, so I will have me some little flowers growing as well. I'm just going to put some in different places here, but I will have some pollinators growing. So when it's time to put these in, at least you'll have something, got a head start on things. And you just need to lightly water. You put some soil over there. And this is something you can get your kids even involved in, because kids love to grow things and they like to see things grow too. So you just take a little water Or you can get fancy and put little holes in the top of your bottle top here, but I'm just going to put some water over through this. And see, all the other water's been sucked up already down here. Look at there. That's been sucked up already. But you don't want to leave water in the bottom of this. So even with, see, there's water coming through there, but the soil is sucking it up. And so you want to just make sure that you're, and pat on it too, because that'll get that extra water out of there as well, so that it won't just be staying in there. But you want your soil moist, and you just check it. And then you could put 1 or 2 holes in the top of this, but for now, just to get things started, I'm just going to put this over there so that we can have this in the bottom of here. And so now, and then you just go back and we'll check this. Yeah, and you just make sure it's in there, and the soil, the extra water is going to come out of there. And we're going to have it just like this. And so you can take this also to your sunny window or place, or your grow area, greenhouse, or whatever you would like to do. Okay, this is another way that you can grow your plants as well, if you don't have the little domes or the from what you bought from your vegetables or fruit that were in the little containers. You can also, I'm going to put a couple of these seeds. These are tomato seeds. These are the large cherry tomato seeds. And so what I'm going to do here, and I'm not going to put a lot of dirt in here because these are going to want to get taller. So I'm going to just put, because as these get taller, you want to put some more soil in here because the stems are going to be really thin. So I'm not going to put that many in here. I think that'll be enough for right now. And it might be too many, but just never know how these seeds will go. You can thin them out later. And so what I like to do is, okay, I took 2 cups. One has holes in it and the other one doesn't. So this keeps the water from going through. And so you want to lightly cover these up. Not a whole lot of soil. Because as these grow, you're going to put some more soil around it because the roots are going to grow down. And so you want to have enough so that when it starts growing, that you won't have to transplant it. So it might be best to just put 1 seed or 2 seeds in here. But I'm just putting, to make this come out even better. So you just water these. And let's wait a second here. Let's give it a little, pack it down a little bit. You want to not be afraid to get your hands dirty. That's why I like doing this. I love planting. I'm so excited about spring coming. So what you want to do is make sure that the water is going. So we don't have enough water in here because the water hasn't come to the bottom yet. And so you just want to lightly water this so the seeds don't get moved around. Still need a little bit more water. And don't just flood it, just let it, because you want the soil to be nice and damp. And then you want to let that stay over there for a while. When the soil seems to be wet enough, you want it to be wet enough, not dry. And then you want to make sure, and what you do, you take the little baggie and go across the top. And this makes a little dome, so to keep the soil moist. And then you can put these in your window as well, or in your greenhouse, and let this grow. There's other ways of doing things, because we got these little cups here, and depending on how much space you have and where you want to put things, and you don't have to start everything in one day and at one time. You could go little bit by little bit. This is not a rush job. So today is February 7th, 2023 already. My goodness. Anyway, you can just take it as you go. Take your time and do this. It's not a rush job. And then I put some stuff down here to, this is my kitchen table, so you put newspaper or whatever down. And so if you got to do, I mean, we got a life to live, so in between you doing these things, you got a good cleanup job, and you can clean your table off. And this is not a rush job, but it does take time for these plants to grow. So patience, patience, patience. And I want to thank you for coming. Like, share, subscribe, and come back, and we're going to check on these things as things go along and see what's going to grow. And if we're going to plant some more, of course, because I love to see things grow, and we're going to get some other things, some other seeds. I have plenty of seeds here, so take your time. But hey, get started. It's time to start now. Today is February 7th, 2023. Okay, thanks for coming. You can see me on Jovita's Kitchen on Facebook, and also www.jovitaskitchen.com. And also we have a 501c3 channel. You can also see us on Kitchens and Gardens. Go and see what we're doing over there. Okay, thanks for coming. I forgot, this is a bonus. I don't know if you can see this or not, but 12, 21, 22, I put some lemons in a paper towel, and I marked it, and I put it up in a cabinet, and I almost forgot about it. But look, I've got some little lemon trees that are going to be coming out of here. Isn't that cool? So what I'm going to do is, so we can keep track on this one too, I'm going to put some soil in another cup, and we're going to mark this one. There's two of them here that I see so far, and so I'm just going to put them down. Hopefully I got it down there. And there's the other one. Look at that little root. Isn't that cool? So I'll plant the root side down. I'm just gonna put these in here until they get big enough. And then I'm gonna water this as well. Just water it lightly so the soil can soak it up. We want to keep those roots nice and moist and nice and warm, because I had this up in the cabinet. We'll stick that bag over there too as well. Okay, thanks for watching.